our UFC MMA fans out there. We got a big one coming up this weekend. We were at the first one at the Sphere in Las Vegas, and I'll be lucky enough to be in town and tag along with you at the Prudential Center in Newark coming up. UFC 316, the rematch. Merab Dvalishvili versus Sean O'Malley. I want to hear from you, your thoughts. The first time Merab won a unanimous decision, he won the title. He had a pretty easy go with it. He was kissing him, he was clowning around a little bit, showboating. And to put it all out there, there may have been something that hindered O'Malley. He had an injury, he had hip surgery to repair that after that fight. He should be full health, full go. This is his first fight since losing his title. The rematch. Quick preview, prediction. What do you think?
Yeah, listen, I thought O'Malley, we've had Merab on the show. We've had him on the podcast.
Right after his defense of that title versus Umar.
And
his great coach, Ray Longo.
Yeah, and they're great people. And we've had O'Malley on the podcast too, and he's a great guy. And he's one of the, Merab is too, but he's one of the stars in the MMA now, in the MMA world, in the UFC, to be exact. He is one of the stars of the UFC now, and that was one of the stars taking a loss to another star, Merab. But O'Malley's a star for his talent, his striking ability. Everyone loves strikers. His boxing ability, I call it boxing. That's how good his striking is. He looks like a boxer to me at times. He really is that good. And he's a good promoter. His look, the whole thing, he's got a good base, everything. Both these guys I like a lot. And Merab's the machine, and the machine, this machine, I think he actually might not drink Gatorade. He might actually drink oil. I mean, this guy is something. He's something. He gets injured too. I think O'Malley legitimately was probably off physically in that first fight. But to his credit, he didn't use it as an excuse. To his credit, he didn't bring that up as an excuse. I think Merab was probably injured going in, or has been in, or put it this way, they're like football players. When that season starts, is there anybody on the roster that's not injured in one way or another?
Nobody's 100%.
Nobody. It's just a matter of how much, how bad. And Merab, in his last fight, wasn't 100% going in. Not the O'Malley fight, but his last fight. He wasn't 100%. He had an injury going in there. That's what these guys deal with. That's part of it. But there's no getting around it that O'Malley may have been compromised a little bit. But I think the biggest thing in that fight, and I had picked O'Malley to win, was that Merab, where I underestimated Merab, not his engine, not his ability on the floor, on the mat. We know how great he is there, and he's got the big edge there. But he does a good job striking too, in a less sensational way than O'Malley. It doesn't get as much attention. O'Malley's fast. He puts punches together. He uses his legs to control the cage. He's a great counter puncher. He sets traps. He does, again, he looks like a boxer when he's at his best, O'Malley. But Merab, to his credit, he does a damn good job, but in a more conservative, more buttoned up, a more controlled, a more conventional way. He uses the jab. He doesn't get reckless. He uses his legs when he comes forward to make sure he's coming forward, balanced all the time, in position to punch, not leaving opportunities really to counter him that easily. He is solid that he doesn't get as much credit because O'Malley is so sensational in that area and does it with the speed and with all the bells and whistles, all the thing that catches our attention. We look at him. But Merab uses his jab. He doesn't give you reckless aggression. He goes to the body. He throws the punches at the right distance. They're tight punches. He doesn't throw punches from left field where he leaves himself wide open. And his legs are better. See, we all look at O'Malley's legs, controlling the ring and changing range and giving angles. I mean, he looks like a Pernell Whitaker sometimes, O'Malley, when he's at his best. But Merab's legs won that fight for him. And I don't mean kicking. He controlled range to the point he didn't give O'Malley what he needed. He didn't cooperate with O'Malley. He didn't give O'Malley the landscape he needed to be at his best with his skill sets, which are counterpunching. O'Malley is kind of like a young McGregor. McGregor at his best, he was sensational. Forget about the great promoter he was. We know that already. But, man, he was sensational. Southpaw, he was a great counterpuncher. When he knocked out Aldo, that was the one that put him there. He got cooperation. Anytime he got the right style, the cooperation, where a guy reached in, a guy got a little over-aggressive, maybe because he talked so much, he got guys mad. And he was brilliant. He was brilliant. And then the guy all of a sudden goes to shut his mouth, and he goes to throw from a little too far away. What does McGregor do? Takes a half a step back, makes you reach, and then puts your lights out with a straight left hand or a right hook, because he's a good puncher. But he's a great counterpuncher. But he is specific to certain styles. This style of Merab was not specific to O'Malley's style of being at its best. It wasn't the best style for O'Malley. O'Malley needs a little help, or it helps him a little bit, where either you wait in front, where he could get off with those quick combinations. He does it brilliantly. He puts them together really nice. Or, as I said, you get a little over anxious. You get a little over your skis. You reach in just a little bit, and he counterpunches you like he did to Sterling. You know, Sterling reached a little bit, bang, bang. He counted him with reaching in. Merab was smart. I always talk about these great ones. They got to be smart, not just tough, not just skillful, not just talented. They got to be smart. He was smart. He didn't give him that environment. He didn't give him that help. He didn't give him that landscape. He didn't give him what he wanted to counterpunch. He didn't reach. He actually controlled the cage and the ring with his legs of going in and out. He stepped out. He actually, by the end of it, he was making O'Malley do something that he's not really at his best doing, being aggressive. Because O'Malley is a great counterpuncher. And he can be aggressive as long as he don't have to walk forward all night. When I say aggressive, he can get off first. If you're waiting, you're hesitant in front, and you wait and you're thinking too long, bop, 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 he'll get off. He'll beat you to the mark. But if he's forced to walk in, and you got a guy like Merab making him walk in, then you're taking away one of his greatest strengths. His ability to make you make mistakes and make you pay for those mistakes. Merab took that away from him. That's how he won the fight. He controlled the ring. He controlled the range. He used his legs beautifully in that fight, not to allow O'Malley to have what he usually gets. Openings for counter shots. This is a very interesting fight for me. Really, really is interesting. I tell you, a part of me wants to pick O'Malley in a rematch. I do. But
plus 240 underdog this go around. Merab minus 330 favorite.
I wouldn't be afraid to put something on O'Malley. But for Merab, for me, he's no dummy. And he got a taste of the title now. And he's not a spring chicken. He doesn't want to let that title go. And for me, he's got a smart trainer too. A great trainer. O'Malley does too, but he's got a great trainer. And Merab. And I see him doing what he has to do. And what he has to not do. Not get over anxious. Not play into the counterpunching scheme, game. that could serve O'Malley. I see him in the striking business using the jab into the chest of O'Malley, controlling range. Don't let O'Malley control range with his long arms and his quick combination. Use your jab. Slowly, cautiously and correctly close the gaps without giving anything up, without getting mugged on the way in. And then trying to get into places where you can shoot and, of course, get it to the mat. Now, O'Malley is underrated when it comes to his grappling skills. You know, he's not going to out-grapple Merab. You don't need Teddy Atlas to tell you that. He's not out-grappling Merab on the floor. But his grappling defense, his takedown defense is pretty damn good. Pretty damn good, O'Malley's.